Well, we are here. The Lightweight Boxing Show is delighted. It's a debut on the show for a certain Thomas McDonagh. No slouch as a light middleweight in your day. Fought for British titles. You did the business, Tommy, for a long time.
Yeah.
I was just saying to Ant before, I remember you stopping very early, might have even been first round. Max Maxwell at Old Trigger Leisure Centre.
That was years ago.
That was
that the first Ricky Hatton show, that?
Matthew was on the bill, I think.
Yeah, I think he could have been.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it's gone back a long
Lyndon's
time.
trying to make me laugh behind you there. Look at him. Grow up, Lyndon. So immature him now. Wow.
Well, you've moved on from the boxing career to be head coach here at Collyhurst and Moston.
The amateurs, yeah.
Yep, with the amateurs. You work obviously with Pat. You go back a long way, a million years with Pat Barrett.
Yeah.
But this club, it's no exaggeration to say, it's a beacon of hope in this area, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. And even more so now, without going into it too much. But the area's, how can I say it? It's getting a bit more. It's a bit more active of a night time, and we're trying to get more and more kids off the street and doing positive stuff and just keeping them safe, really. So yeah, busy.
So mate, I was going to ask that. What sort of, from your professional career, did you always think? Because a lot of people who know you probably thought you was going to go into the amateurs coaching, like. I don't know where I'm going with this.
What, they thought I was going to go in?
No, they didn't think, did they?
Yeah.
But I know Moston and Collyhurst has been a huge part of your life and stuff like that. But what's the satisfaction, the drive? Because year after year, you're producing champions after champions in the amateurs.
Yeah.
What's the drive? Is it just bettering these kids' lives, or?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. At first, and I'm sure Pat will agree, in himself, like I always say to Pat, you know, the gym needs you, but you need the gym just as much as the gym needs you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same with me. I love this place. So I've been here since I've been 8 years of age, amateur, pro. So when I packed it in on the Friday, I just come in on a Monday and started helping Brian. And I got my amateur licence, got my pro licence, and I just took it from there. And I really enjoy it. That's it. I really do enjoy it. And I think if you took that away from me, I don't feel like it's work. I love doing what I'm doing, and like you say, if you can get a champion, it's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? But when you just come in, and I love it. I just love this, the atmosphere of the club, and like you say, when I did retire from boxing, I think everyone thought I was going to probably go off the rails, or I don't know what they thought I was going to do, but I had a plan, and to hopefully continue. Obviously, Brian Hughes' legacy of just keeping the gym going, creating champions, turning them over, and. Obviously, Lyndon and Zelf was the first ones that have come through. But then you got young Dabber, he's come through the amateur team. Connor Ward's come through the amateur team. And we're going to have many more to come with the help of God.
The elite ones now, as far as the pros are concerned, obviously you've got Lyndon and Zelf, which they go hand in hand, those two. And they're on similar paths in terms of where they are now, at the level of the pro game. They are both mentors to all the kids in here.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, they see them training in here, and whether they ever have a bout or not, I mean, it just keeps them in here, doesn't it? I mean, it's an incredible incentive.
Of course it does. When you see young kids coming in and like watching them on telly, like, it's fantastic. Lyndon's going to be on Channel 5 at weekend, so everyone will see him. And there'll be a real buzz in here on Monday, and Lyndon's one of the lads, you know what I mean? Lyndon literally lives on the corner there, do you know what I mean? Zelfa pops in, sees the lads, talks to them on a level. Like Anthony, you know, Anthony's if to us he's just Anthony Crolla, but he's a big name in the boxing. Do you get what I mean? But because he's that familiar with us,
he keeps telling everyone else.
We take him for granted. You know what I mean? But he's
when he's out of Manchester, you should see him in London.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the same with Lyndon and Zelfa. You know, people, you know, in the boxing world and in the wider areas, like look at him like, wow, they're on telly and all that. Whereas we just they don't think to ask about coming in, giving a young kid a bit of advice. You know, arm round the shoulder. You know, several times they've go in and give gloves to the kid, or Tom, if he wins his fight, I'm going to buy him a headguard, or I'm going to get him this or get him that. So, you know, it's what Brian Hughes sort of like done with us. We all mingled with each other. I remember being 8 or 9 years of age watching Pat on grandstand and then coming in and training with him. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, wow. So, yeah, we're going to try and keep that going.
Tommy, you might not admit it, but a lot of people will say
very good looking. Yeah, we'll admit that.
That's one. Always a deal. One of the most talented fighters to come out of here was yourself. You've trained alongside some fighters. Give us one or two names where you've just trained alongside some of the fighters here, some of the champions here, where you thought, wow.
Like you say, I have trained with some top kids. Robin Reed, obviously, WBC champion. That speaks for itself. But in Robbie's fights, Robbie was quite stiff and a bit of a puncher, but where in the gym he was like really elusive and quick hands and just and Robbie, he won't mind me saying it, but on circuits and all that, he just he didn't like it. So he'd be tired and all that, but he'd get in there and he'd do 25, 30 rounds boxing with different guys. So yeah, Robbie, obviously Mike Jennings, there's all different things, different
aspects, hard working, talented.
Yeah. But obviously you got your Matty Halls, who based on Mike Tyson. Mike Jennings was just as the rounds went on, he got better and better and better and better. David Barnes, Anthony Farnell. Anthony Farnell was. Me and Anthony was in the amateurs together. Anthony Farnell was strong. He was determined. Same thing. You could lose the first couple of rounds. You think, he's getting that off it, and then he just overpowers someone, and his mental strength was good. For me, obviously you got your Scott Quiggs, you got your Tyson Furies, and all them. I learnt from the likes of Scott Quigg, because Scott was very inexperienced, and I had 6 amateur fights, so by the time I was 13, 14, I had 20 odd fights, so I was really experienced, and especially for my age. And when Scott come, he only had a little bit of experience. I remember looking and thinking, and Brian, you said you're going to be world champion, and I thought, I don't know about that, do you know what I mean? And he went on to be world champion, and just through sheer determination and sacrifice. I like what you just said then. A lot of people say, Tommy, he's so skillful, he did this, and he should have done this and he should have done that, and he was so whatever. But the fact is, I didn't work hard enough. And do I admit that I had a bit of talent? Yeah, I probably did. But it goes with the hard work and the sacrifices, and that's what people like Scott Quigg and yourself did that I didn't do. So it's all about learning, do you know what I mean? And Brian Hughes at 19, Tyson Fury, going to be champion of the world, Tom. I'm thinking, are you sure about that, Brian? And it's experience, you know what I mean? So you're always sort of like learning, and kids can just, some kids have just got it. Some kids have had 60 odd amateur fights, turn pro, do nothing, have 10 amateur fights, turn on, be a pro and all that. So the list is endless in terms of what I've learned and who I've trained with. The best for me, maybe a little bit biased, because I've got a soft spot for him, but Gomez was just a different cat. He was just like, and it done me head in towards the end of his career, when he was boxing like your Amir Khans and your, towards the end when he was getting beat, because he was into his hooks and all that. But Gomez, as a kid, his head movement was unbelievable. His jab was killer. Typical postman's not bam, bam, bam. And he was tough, and he was rough, and he was, featherweight, wasn't he? And he used to rough me up, honestly. And the thing about Michael, even if you done technique work with him, and if you've on a right and left hook and you was blocking it and he couldn't get through, he'd just hit you with a snide jab, do you know what I mean? He was just a mad guy. But he was brilliant, do you know what I mean? But there's loads of good kids. Obviously, Pat, growing up watching Pat, so yeah, training alongside some good kids, and we had some good lads, and we had some good times.
Yeah. Few extras.
Yeah. Off topic, like they're not boxing.
Go as fast as you want here, Tom.